A mix of winter weather is moving in across the eastern United States today, and we're seeing heavy lake effect, snow hitting parts of New England and the lower Great Lakes. The Ohio Valley will see gusty winds up to 30 miles per hour with temperatures barely reaching 50 degrees. Let's break down exactly what to expect. Good morning, everyone. I'm Tempest with your weather update for November 12, 2025 now. Let's talk about what's happening across the country. Over in the east, we're seeing temperatures moderating after a cold spell, but there's still some snow lingering around the lower Great Lakes and parts of New England due to lake effect snow. This will continue through Thursday as winds ease up. Moving over to the west coast, things are heating up in more ways than one. A strong cyclone is developing off the coast tonight, bringing heavy rain, mountain snow, and strong winds to California and southern Oregon. Winter storm warnings are in place for parts of the Sierra Nevada mountains, so if you're planning a trip there, make sure to check road conditions before heading out. Now, here's what's happening on Saturday. Southern California can expect some heavy rainfall that could lead to flooding concerns. The rain will spread across much of the Intermountain West on Sunday, with higher elevations seeing snowfall as well. Meanwhile, warmer temperatures are expected in the central and eastern parts of the country over the weekend, thanks to a ridge moving into those areas. And here's the big story for early next week. We're looking at another system that could bring more precipitation chances across the western states. The forecast models show some variation on how this will play out, but we'll keep an eye on it as we get closer to Monday and Tuesday. Now, let's look ahead. Over the weekend, Southern California is going to see a low-pressure system moving through, bringing heavy rain that could lead to flooding concerns on Saturday. So if you're planning any outdoor activities there this weekend, make sure to stay tuned for updates and perhaps have an indoor backup plan. As we move into Sunday, expect the rain to spread across much of the Intermountain West, including some snow at higher elevations. Meanwhile, folks in the central to eastern U.S. will be experiencing warmer than average temperatures thanks to a ridge of high pressure that's moving through ahead of this system. However, up north, we'll see a different story with rain and possibly some wintry mix as a trough pushes across the Great Lakes and into the northeast. Looking ahead into next week, there's more unsettled weather on the horizon. The initial low-pressure system will lift and stall over parts of the central and east-central U.S., bringing in additional rainfall. And early next week, another trough might move into the west, potentially adding to the precipitation chances out there. It's worth noting that while our models are generally consistent with this forecast, there is some variability in how these systems will track as we get closer to them. Now let's bring it home to the Ohio Valley. For those of you in Kentucky, Louisville is going to have a sunny day with highs near 59 degrees but cooling off to the mid-50s by afternoon. West winds will be at about 12 miles per hour with gusty conditions up to 21 miles per hour. Tonight, it'll remain mostly clear and cool down to around 36 degrees. In Lexington, you're also going to have a sunny day with highs near 58 degrees, but cooling off to the mid-50s by afternoon. West winds will be at 10 to 15 miles per hour with gusty conditions up to 24 miles per hour. Tonight, expect mostly clear skies and lows around 35 degrees. Over in Bowling Green, it's going to be a warm and sunny day with temperatures reaching into the mid-60s but cooling off to the upper 50s by afternoon. West winds will be light at about 6 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, expect mostly clear skies and lows around 37 degrees. Moving over to Ohio, Columbus is going to have a mostly sunny day with highs near 50 degrees but cooling off slightly in the afternoon. West winds will be at 10 to 15 miles per hour with gusty conditions up to 28 miles per hour. Tonight, it'll remain clear and cool down to around 33 degrees. Cleveland is going to have a chance of rain afternoon today with temperatures reaching into the mid-40s but cooling off slightly in the afternoon. West winds will be at 17 to 23 miles per hour with gusty conditions up to 35 miles per hour, and there's a 30% chance of precipitation. Tonight, it'll remain mostly cloudy with lows around 37 degrees. Cincinnati is going to have a sunny day with highs near 55 degrees but cooling off slightly in the afternoon. West winds will be at about 8 to 13 miles per hour with gusty conditions up to 23 miles per hour. Tonight, it'll remain clear and cool down to around 34 degrees. Over in Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh is going to have scattered rain showers between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. today, with temperatures reaching into the mid-40s but cooling off slightly in the afternoon. Southwest winds will be at 14 to 18 miles per hour with gusty conditions up to 29 miles per hour, and there's a 30% chance of precipitation. Tonight, it'll remain mostly cloudy and cool down to around 32 degrees. Philadelphia is going to have a mostly cloudy day with highs near 52 degrees but cooling off slightly in the afternoon. West winds will be at about 10 to 15 miles per hour with gusty conditions up to 25 miles per hour. Tonight, expect mostly clear skies and lows around 40 degrees. Allentown is going to have a cloudy day with highs near 49 degrees but cooling off slightly in the afternoon. West winds will be at about 10 to 15 miles per hour with gusty conditions up to 25 miles per hour. Tonight, expect partly cloudy skies and lows around 37 degrees. Now over in Tennessee, Nashville is going to have a sunny day with temperatures reaching into the mid-60s but cooling off slightly in the afternoon. West-southwest winds will be at about 5 to 10 miles per hour with gusty conditions up to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, expect patchy fog after 11 p.m. and mostly clear skies with lows around 37 degrees. Memphis is going to have a sunny day with temperatures reaching into the mid-60s but cooling off slightly in the afternoon. West-southwest winds will be light at about 0 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, it'll remain clear and cool down to around 44 degrees. Knoxville is also going to have a sunny day with highs near 60 degrees but cooling off slightly in the afternoon. Southwest winds will be at about 10 to 15 miles per hour with gusty conditions up to 25 miles per hour. That's your forecast for today. Stay weather aware and have a great day.